I'm Zaria.
And I'm Zuria.
Thanks for joining us for WeConnect Wednesday.
During the next few weeks, we will be exploring skills that will help us understand, relate, and connect to other people.
We will be joined by members of the Birmingham Civil Rights Institute's Youth Legacy Leaders Program as they guide us through the 1960s Civil Rights Movement. A glimpse into the past will allow us to better understand the world we live in today and shows the importance of living in a global society where diversity is valued.
Let's join our friends at the Birmingham Civil Rights Institute.
In 1896, the Supreme Court handed down Plessy v. Ferguson, which mandated that separate but equal would be the law of the land. Because of this, African Americans and other people of color face barriers throughout the South, in Birmingham, and across the country. We're heading into the barriers gallery here, where we're going to see some of the daily instances of barriers in life for people of color. One of the first instances of barriers was the water fountains. We had water fountains for whites and water fountains for African Americans and other people of color. The water fountains for whites would look like an actual water fountain. It's clean, the water is cold, while the water fountain for people of color is rusty. It looks more like a sink than a water fountain, and the pipes are exposed, which meant that in the summertime, when it got hot outside in places like Birmingham, the water wouldn't be as cool as it was in the water fountains for whites.
Right here, this is a replica of the bus during this time period, and right here in front of me, this is the section that was sectioned off for the whites to sit, and this right here behind me is the section where the blacks sat. And if a white person did not have anywhere to sit, a black person behind them would have to give up their seat.
Right here, I'm showing you Plessy v. Ferguson verdict. Separate but equal. But as you see in a little bit, it's separate and unequal. So right here, you can tell in the white classroom has better lighting, better decor, advanced technology, and new books. The white schools normally had twice as much more money than black schools, which caused them to have newer, nicer things. Here you have the black classroom. They got less money than the white classroom. As you see, they have old desks, no books, no technology at all, because everything they got were hand-me-downs, from books to extracurricular activity, equipment, and many more things. And actually, the unequal part about this too is that only black students had the access to 10th grade only. You can go all the way up to 10th grade. They did not have access to a high school diploma until Reverend Pettiful came up to the Birmingham Board of Education in plea of allowing black students to have high school access. Among this board was Dr. Samuel Ullman, and he understood the plea of Reverend Pettiful, as he himself was a Jew, and he understood how to be outcast of society. With this plea, they came to the verdict and created the first black all 4-year high school, which gave access to their high school diploma. This high school was named Industrial High School, now known as A.H. Parker.
We're going to start our journey toward learning to relate and connect with others by strengthening some very important thinking skills. First skill is reflecting, which means that we really think about the meaning of or give careful consideration of something like our experiences, actions, or feelings. Reflections can be something as simple as asking yourself why you feel uncomfortable when you are introduced to a new person, or maybe what could I have done differently to make that person feel more welcome. When we reflect, we are able to learn more about ourselves and how we respond to others. Another important thinking skill to practice is suspending judgment, which means that you wait on forming an opinion until you have all of the facts. It can be easy to jump to a conclusion based on what you see. When we suspend judgment, we give ourselves time to reflect and gather more information about something. Being with others also requires us to be able to tolerate ambiguity. This means being okay with uncertainty or being comfortable in new situations where you don't know what might happen. It's okay when things don't go the way you think they should. Trying to imagine yourself in someone else's circumstance is another way to connect. This is called empathy. It helps us relate to other people if we can understand and share their feelings. Finally, we can practice mindfulness, which is being aware and paying close attention to what is going on around us. This means that we take notice of other people and their experiences as well as our own. I hope that over the next week, you will think about how well you relate and connect to other people, especially those that might be new or different from you. Do you need to work on any of the thinking skills we talked about?
Share with us in the comments your ideas on how we all can use these thinking skills to better connect with others. Thank you for joining us. See you next time.